Gino Viteri. Fuck you. Fuck you for thinking you could go before me on Simply Sassy. I won't live for it, sir. All right? Coming at me on Twitter. Well, I got to go before Greg. This is a bit. Look at you now, clown. Look at you now, clown.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Gino, from the present. The video you're about to watch, the Out of Our League episode you're about to watch, was actually recorded about 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, I think. And I was led to believe that it would be released last week. But as you all know, that time slot was so violently taken from me by Greg Miller from Kinda Funny. So, Gregory, if you're watching this, I wanted to ask you a different question, since you already answered my first one. But now that my episode is airing the week after yours instead, this weekend, as you're watching this, I was wondering, how does it feel to be overshadowed by me? The same way that Ghost of Tsushima overshadowed The Last of Us Part 2. In this particular instance, I'm Ghost of Tsushima, a new IP. And you're The Last of Us, an old one. Feel free to email me your thoughts, viteri6@icloud.com. It's my trash email for spam and stuff like that, so email me there or DM me on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you feel comfortable. I probably won't see it, to be honest with you. I probably won't see it. With the 5 other people that are constantly DMing me. Taylor Swift's manager, apparently she's going through some financial trouble, so they're every weekend asking me for money. And to be honest with you, Greg, I'm running out. So hopefully she pulls through with those financial troubles. Her manager is keeping me updated. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. This episode that you guys are about to watch of Out of Our League is not about you, Greg. It's not about Taylor Swift's manager and her financial struggles. It's about me. And I had a lot of fun recording it. I appreciate the Simply Sassy crew for giving small creators like you and me, Greg. If you guys don't know, Greg's from Kinda Funny. But small creators like you and me a little bit of the spotlight, every week. So thank you so much, Simply Sassy crew, for that. And Greg, just DM me your thoughts or email them to my spam email, wherever you feel comfortable. Enjoy this episode, everybody. Thank you so much. I love you all.
Huge feud. Here's Gino's profile. He has 426 followers. 426 followers. So if I go back to the YouTube page here, you'll see that all 426 of Gino's friends and family came and watched me on Simply Sassy, and only 2 of them didn't like it apparently. Only 2 of them were kind enough to thumbs it down. But he thinks he's having a huge feud with me. Interesting.
And actually, you will see me on Simply Sassy, so shout out to that. I recorded a very long time ago, actually, and then Greg Miller's episode came out before mine. But I added on to it, and I publicly denounced him.
Publicly denounce me, Gino, after years of 3 podcast entertainment. Simply Sassy sees it happen. They see that, you know what, we have lightning in a bottle here. Greg Miller, pure podcast energy. And yeah, we want to take him and we want to put him on before Gino, of course, who right here, about as interesting to listen to as watch his snow melt.
Gregory, I don't have 8 minutes like you do. I only have 2. So this is going to be quick. I figured we should settle this like they did in the olden days. So, Greg Miller, I challenge you to a foot race on land in America. Now, I've broken bones before. I've broken my ass bone, the femur, I believe. I don't know what it's called, but I've done that. And I am very confident. Permanent damage. But I am very confident that I'm still much faster than.
So do you think that's what led into what he did to Gino Viteri?
I would say so, because in the time that I've known young Gregory, well, old Gregory Miller, he's never been like the nicest guy when it comes to let's say new talent. Greg essentially built an empire for himself. He's built his own Mount Olympus, and he's made himself Zeus. He's got the other gods, yes, but he doesn't see them as powerful as himself. And when he sees new travelers attempting to build that same mountain, he says nay and shocking them with lightning bolts. For what reason? I know not. And so they say, oh, well, we'll just climb your mountain. It's all good. We'll climb yours. And he throws lightning bolts again. And he says, nay, get off my mountain. I will not allow you to grow. I will not allow you to gain power. I will not allow you to succeed. Why? Because I'm terrified of all of you.
Hello, everybody. I think I welcomed you on the previous video before this one that was stitched onto my episode. And Simply Sassy asked me if I wanted to remove it, but I didn't, because I wanted everyone to witness my naivete, if you will. I am much wiser now. I was very young in that video, and I've learned a lot now, 3 weeks later. So I have a new statement that I want to address now, or a situation that I want to address now. And this involves one Greg Miller. So Greg, my friend, I believe it is your birthday this week, and so I would like you to accept this as a birthday gift. Although, you know, stuff happened. So you attacked me and my friends on Twitter about a week ago, and you thought it would be funny to continue bumping my episode by getting people like Xavier Woods to join Simply Sassy. Incredible episode, by the way. Xavier is an amazing person. But when you attacked me, Greg, I figured, you know what, let me ride this out. There's a higher power at work here. I'm hoping that there's a higher power at work here. And to my surprise, much to your surprise, I assume, that higher power ended up being you all along, Greg. Xavier Woods seems to me like he's on Team Gino. And that is pretty momentous to me. So I went to Walgreens and I printed out a picture that I'm hoping you could sign when we do eventually see each other. And that's this right here. I hope you remember that face. This face can be used for a lot of things, but I will write the date on the back there of the day that Xavier Woods absolutely dragged you across the ground. I hope you didn't hurt your feelings too bad. I actually have the video here. Let me see if I can bring up exactly what he said.
Him getting a little drink in his isn't going to take anything out of yours. You're a horrible person.
Horrible person. So I hope that didn't hurt your feelings too much, Greg. But I originally had two options for you in my response video to you from when you attacked me. Number one was to have me on the Kind of Funny podcast. And I understand you might be a little bit afraid to do that, and I don't think it'll work out because the other three guys, Andy, I have a feeling that Andy does not like me very much because we played Hyperscape together once, played a few matches, and he swiftly deleted the game after. So that could be about me or could be about the game. I have no idea, and I don't know if I will ever know. But Tim, as well, as you know, me and a friend of ours, Matt Batson, are starting a show soon, and entirely unrelated to you guys, and I am still deathly afraid that Tim might end up canceling it somehow. So if I can distance myself as much as possible, that'd be great. And Nick, I feel like me and Nick's age gap is far too big to be allowed on YouTube. Something with the TOS or whatever. But anyway, I digress. You hear that, Greg? Digress. You do a lot of digressing yourself. Maybe you should think from within. Or feel from within, sorry. And ingress. You should do a little bit more ingressing. Because maybe then you wouldn't have shot yourself in the foot by getting Xavier Woods on an episode. But that leads me to the second option I gave to you, and that is a foot race in America on land. And the best place to do it is at the Kind of Funny studio launch party. I think that's an incredible idea. But with a foot race, the thing is I don't want people to get hurt. I have suffered a fracture of the asshole, and that was permanent damage, I think. I'm entirely fine, but I don't know if, that could flare up at the time. So if you do have any other options, something like maybe we could do a fighting game or a racing game or rock, paper, scissors or a knife fight. I have the necessary materials for that specifically, and one if you need one. If you need one, I will provide that for you. But of course, the knife fight would be to the death. So it's totally understandable if you reject that option. But anyway, Greg, you shot yourself in the foot, my friend. I'm so sorry. Let me just repeat this one more time because it feels nice to hear.
Isn't going to take anything out of yours. You're a horrible person.
Horrible person. From Xavier Woods to Greg Miller. Wow. Enjoy my episode, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Out of Our League. We're joined by a very special guest. But before we introduce him, we've got the Robin GL with us.
What's up, guys?
Before.
And then we've got Steve sitting down there mocking me.
What's up? You're crushing it, buddy. You're crushing it.
McKenna's joining us to run the ones and twos. Thank you so much, McKenna. How are you today?
I'm
Wait,
doing fantastic.
did-
Are you?
Did Gage quit
good.
his only job?
You know,
He
he's
has
got
one
no
job
job
and he's
now.
too tired to do it.
No job. He doesn't know in
Fucking
this
hell.
economy it's hard to get a job. He's not getting it back now.
Yeah, Gage messaged me. He was like, "Hey, man, I really hate you, so I'm not going to do it anymore. I quit."
that would explain a lot. That would explain a lot.
Yeah.
And the person being hated upon is one Gino. How do you say your last name? Viteri?
Viteri, yeah.
Fucking nailed it.
Good job, good job. I'm here to
That's
run the
good,
threes
Gino.
and fours. Run the threes
Yeah.
and fours.
Yeah.
Turns out Gino's recording his own episode of Out of Our League.
Yeah, mine is in your league.
How's it going, Gino?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me on here, guys. This is awesome.
Oh, we had to.
Great.
We kind of found out that you were out of our league when you were at the FCF final.
Nah.
Get
Nah.
Gino on.
To be fair, Gino was out of our league a long time ago. You know.
Oh yeah,
Let's
he
be
was.
honest.
Absolutely
That's
not. I looked at the run of you guys' episodes. I'm 100% the least talented person here. So-
Oh, fuck off, Gino.
No, man. No way, dude.
No, you're
You're
amazing,
amazing.
dude.
no,
But
thank you.
you know what? For people who don't know that you're amazing, what do you do, Gino? Who are you?
What do I do? Oh my god, that's after I just said I'm the least talented person here. You're gonna ask me that. Okay, so the way I like to introduce myself is I would like to say first and foremost I'm a gamer. You know what I mean? And second and last most I'm a kind of funny best friend. So you guys I guess people have seen me, probably know me the most from FCF. And I try to post funny videos. I also stream on Twitch at Gino Vii. Kumail knows I stream Final Fantasy sometimes on there and try to get people to play that game. But other than that, I'm a pretty regular guy, man. I don't know. I work 9 to 5, regular 9 to 5 job. I do that, and then when I get home, I play video games and I try to make people laugh. You know what I mean?
Can I ask about your 9 to 5 job? Is it something like excruciatingly boring, and that's why you make all these funny videos, or like is this the sort of outlet for you to make those funny videos?
So I work at FedEx, so it's not that boring. I've actually done some pretty intense stuff. I've delivered COVID vaccines and things like that.
Oh.
Well, you
So
can send us a couple of vaccines if you want to, dude. I still have
I could,
things in my
yeah.
left, so.
I have some in my closet right now, actually, if you want.
Mm.
Um, uh, it's not what I do is I drive a lot, so it does get boring. And when I'm driving, sometimes I have like 40-minute, 50-minute drives going to a certain place. And I guess in those drives, trying not to fall asleep, I think of what I could do when I get home. So I try to make myself laugh. And if I made myself laugh, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me write this down. Maybe somebody else will laugh. And if at least one other person laughs, then I'm good. Then I've done what I wanted. So I mean, being at work makes me think of stuff that I want to do in the afternoon when I get
So is
home.
that how the Fall Guys video came about? Because you did a phenomenal video about Fall Guys. You trained to become the ultimate Fall Guy.
Yeah, so that I mean that video I got to give it to Matt, to be honest with you. I sort of had the idea for it and he was like, all right, let's do it, because I wanted to do as we all know, we're all part of that kind of funny community and stuff like that, but I wanted to do something that was like, I told him, hey man, let's do something that's not kind of funny related and see how it does, how we do it. And me and Matt work so incredibly well together. And that video came to be. I sort of just took it as, let's hang out, let's do something, let's go, and that was all in one day. We just I was like, hey man, let's make some dumb Fall Guys video, because the game had just come out. So he was like, all right, let's do it. And then he came over, and then I just started improvising just random stuff that came to mind. And then he got it on camera. We did some other stuff that he said, and then I went to edit it with him. And man, Matt is just he's on there like this, freaking on the freaking computer, dude, going like super fast. And I'm like, what are you doing? Show me so I can learn too. I want to do it. And then
it's the power of the hair, it's the hair.
It's so crazy.
Isn't it like akin to someone like, in those movies, like people are hacking, they're like on their keyboard just typing away furiously. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
It's like Enter the Matrix or some shit.
So yeah, I mean that kind of stuff comes from it. Me just mainly wanting to hang out, with, because Matt's like one of my closest friends here, and Ashley too, you guys know from Wild Aces. Me just wanting to hang out and make dumb stuff with him and stuff like that comes, and I want to make some more stuff, but you know how we get.
So how long have you guys actually known each other? And are you pretty close together in terms of?
Yeah, no, we're like 15 minutes from each other, pretty much. But he also used to work like a mile from my house. So we met. I guess last year at the beginning of 2020, before everything happened. I started. I had no friends here, so I wanted to meet like-minded people. So I made the Kind of Funny Atlanta account on Twitter, and Joey Noel like signal boosted me, I guess, and a bunch of people from here saw it, and then everyone started reaching out to me, and then Matt reached out to me specifically because he knew a lot of Atlanta, so he was like, "Hey, if you need help planning stuff, I could help you out," and he helped me plan the first meetup and the second one, and those were the only two we had, and then everything went to shit. But me and him, as soon as we met, we hit it off immediately. So we kept in touch, even though we couldn't hang out anymore. And he was telling me, hey, like I have these ideas for things I want to do, and if you want to be a part of it, you know, I know, you know, he says, I know you're funny and whatever, I want you to join me. I was like, yeah, sure, man, let's do it. And then we just started working together, and then this whole snowball effect from the freaking Wild Ace thing to whatever it became, and all that stuff. But yeah, I've known Matt for like a year
now.
Yeah, it's freaking wild.
That's
Freaking
awesome, dude. I kind of just assumed you'd been like childhood friends or something with the cadence you have with one another. Like it just seems like you've been friends forever. Eh?
Yeah, no, and I guess I'll say it now so he could hear it. I do want to be friends with him for a long time. Because
he's never listening to this, by the way.
No, Matt's great, and it's funny because the other day we were playing video games, and he rarely plays. He only plays like freaking Madden, that nerd. And then he was like, hey, I want to play Outriders. You want to play? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then that night I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be friends with Matt for a while, because there was things that we were doing that we were so in sync in a way that I thought was funny. Sounds like I'm in love with Matt. I'm not in love with Matt.
It's okay.
I don't blame you. I don't blame
Great
you.
guy.
You do things with Matt, and you're like, okay, where's this going, Gino? It's like, dude, PG-13.
Clearing my love for Matt.
That's crazy though, dude. I didn't get my invite. I must have to check my messages though for the Outriders.
Well, here's the
invite.
thing, right? They both planned to play Outriders, but Outriders just said no. You're not.
No,
playing
yeah, we didn't play it.
playing me.
We ended up not playing it that night, but we just talked or whatever, and then so yeah. It seems like we've been friends for a while, but just for a year we've known each other. We've only hung out like a handful of times.
You make good videos, but you also make cursed videos, like the Chun-Li one yesterday. Just tell me what you were thinking when you posted that.
The Chun-Li video, Bruno Mars and that whole Silk Sonic thing, I freaking am in love with that song. And then Fortnite continues. They continue to put everything that I love in that game, and I'm like, what the heck? That's all I thought. I was just like, what the heck is going on? And then I dropped my phone.
You got a Matt Batson skin in there, and you're like, well, it's complete. The game's complete.
Yeah. Chun-Li, dude. Chun-Li and Fortnite's crazy. That's great.
So let's talk about video games for a little bit, because I know you're a big Final Fantasy XIV person, and I know that you need to spread the good word of Final Fantasy XIV the same way I'm spreading the good word of Monster Hunter Rise. Buy it now, please.
But
like, I saw
you know?
yeah, exactly. I saw you stream. Listen, I'm going to use as many platforms as I can, Robin. I'm making that bank. You should join me, dude. Have you bought the game yet?
No.
So I remember watching you like during the expansion reveal, and you were breaking down like the site of a person buying a house and like every little thing. Like, what is Final Fantasy XIV to you, and why should people play it? Because you got me back in with Craig. You might know him.
Yeah,
he's a Final Fantasy XIV fan.
I'm glad you got back into it. So before Final Fantasy XIV, I was a fan of 7. That's the only. I feel like a fake Final Fantasy fan, but that was the only one that I
keep track of these days. You know, just like
that was the only one that I was exposed to, and it wasn't even through the game. I watched the movie that they made for it.
The Spirits Within? Is that the one? Oh no, no, the one after.
Advent Children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that movie so many times. Like I even made like
Mhm.
music videos with it and stuff. Like I just loved Final Fantasy VII.
Can we
You used to
see
make
this?
AMVs back in the day, did you, Gino?
What?
AMVs, like just videos about Final Fantasy,
AMV,
but having like, yeah, Linkin
Yeah,
Park numb in the background.
I didn't post them on YouTube because I didn't know how. I
Yeah.
just I just like started playing the scene and then put Hoobastank in the background. And I was
Yeah.
like, this looks freaking great. And then that's it. And I never posted it. But I
It's not
fell in
too
love
late,
with
buddy. It's not too late.
Well,
fell
Ben,
in
to
love
be
with
fair,
it.
like I used to make so many as well, and like
Yeah.
all of them, but like 2 have been taken down, and one of them doesn't even have sound anymore.
Steam. But I fell in love with like Cloud and Sephiroth and Vincent Valentine and stuff like that. And then I always had in the back of the mind Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy, whatever.
Mm.
And then the 14 online beta was released on PS4 in 2013 or 2014 when like the PS4's first year out. And I was like, it was free. It was a free trial to level 20 or whatever. There's a huge free trial now, but that when I started, it was just level 20. And I was like, all right, let me just try it out. I like MMOs. And I tried it out, made my character, and I immediately got sucked in. I don't know. I just loved the world and the vibes and everything about it was so cute. It was so cute to me.
Yeah.
And I love cute. So
Dude, I remember looking in and like being in Gridania and just like in front of the big aetheryte crystal, some dude was playing Druid Sandstorm on a little bard thing.
Yeah.
And like there's a little red panda just walking along, and I'm like, this is just fantastic. You don't know what I need.
cute
That's what we
everywhere.
love here, you know?
Yeah, like I logged on yesterday and someone was just playing the Me channel theme, and I was like, all right, let's all jam to the Me channel theme right now. And then they shortly got banned right after for copyright.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just fell in love with that game, and after I finished the trial, I was like, all right, let me just freaking buy the game and start playing. And I've been playing it on and off, more on for the past 2021 for I guess 7 years now. And the game continues to get better and better with every expansion that comes out. And not just with mechanics, not just with gameplay, and not with the addition of new classes and stuff, but with the story. Like that, I'll stand by the fact that that's the best Final Fantasy story out of any in the franchise.
I mean, I just met Minfilia, and I'm just like, yeah, this is
In
the
love.
best story.
In love.
So
And
unrelated
then-
to the character.
And then that's the crazy part that you met Minfilia, and
Yeah.
Minfilia to me is so special. The
Yeah.
development of her and everything that happens that you're gonna experience. I'm so excited for you to experience is freaking incredible. You cry, you laugh, and everything. Because the thing is with these
Yeah.
characters, I've been with them for 7 years. You know, I've played with them, I've done stuff with them, and there's a different kind of connection than just like playing a game for 40 hours and these characters are done. This one I've been around them and have seen them actually grow as I've grown. So that adds this sort of, special flair or whatever or emotion to it that I don't want to end,
It kind of feels
So
like Persona 4 Golden to me, where they had an incredible cast of characters, and they felt
Mhm.
like my friends. And as sad as that sounds, they felt like my friends. And so
Yeah.
to come to the end of that game, and have to, eventually say goodbye to them, it's just
Yeah.
heartbreaking. So I can
Yeah.
understand you never wanted it to end, even though the next expansion doesn't sound too good. Like
Exactly. So I don't want it to end, and it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it's going to end anytime soon. So that's why I constantly am telling people play it because it's so incredible, and the thing about it is it's so accessible for people that don't play MMOs and don't play these games, because it's so beginner friendly, and it doesn't overwhelm you like other MMOs do with a bunch of freaking guides and all that stuff. It shows you everything at the right time, and you learn everything at the right time. And
Yeah,
the
Phil.
community. The
I mean,
community.
Ben, I was just about to give you shit, but I'll say that for another show. But I think this is probably a good opportunity to bring in one of our community questions. I think there might be one related to Final Fantasy XIV in there. Robin, if you want to get that up.
Yeah, we have one from Billy at Billy the Door. He
Oh,
wants you to rank anime, Final Fantasy XIV, Valorant, Taco Bell, and Ducks.
okay. Let me pull this up so I can remember every single one. Where is it? Let me see. All right, here we go. Okay, anime.
Remember, like ducks. McKenna's got some ducks, so don't talk shit about ducks, dude.
I got 2
Be very
ducks.
Oh, you own ducks.
I got 2
You
ducks.
own ducks.
Choose
Okay.
wisely.
Yeah.
Okay, I am not gonna say what I was gonna say about ducks. Then. I did not. Okay, let me rank this then. Okay. Oof, this is tough. I'm obviously gonna put Final Fantasy 14 at the top. After everything I just said about this whole episode could be about it, but I won't have that happen. So let's put Final Fantasy 14 number 1. Taco Bell number 2. Let me tell you guys about Taco Bell for a second.
Yeah.
You guys have Taco Bell? You guys don't know Taco Bell, right? We all know Taco Bell here.
We've got
I've had
one.
it
Well,
once.
I've got one in the UK now. That's actually like
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes away from me, so it's not that bad. I've had it once.
Awesome.
I've never had it.
I've never had it either.
I've had it once in the UK. Oh, no, the US, sorry.
What's happened to Gino? For this my devil now. God, no.
Okay, so Taco Bell is the fast food place that I will never give up, no matter what I'm eating. You know what I mean? If I have to go on an extreme diet and lose every single pound that I have, I won't stop eating Taco Bell. Like I love Taco Bell so much, and it's healthy for you. Not a thing. But so I'll put Taco Bell at number 2. Taco Bell's the freaking best.
What's
then we
the
have-
Gino order? What would you recommend to order?
Oh my god, I order for like 3 people for myself. So if you're gonna go to Taco Bell, I would suggest chicken quesadilla. Best quesadilla I've ever had in my life. I don't care whatever other restaurant I've gone to with quesadillas. Taco Bell has the best one. A cheesy gordita crunch. Okay, let me explain what this is to you guys. So the cheesy gordita crunch is a regular taco, right, with the shell on the inside, with the hard shell, and then they put cheese around the hard shell, and they wrap. What's that wrap? A pita wrap. Is it pita wrap? I don't even know. It's something like that. It's a little
I love
soft.
the
wrap.
visuals, dude. I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah.
So they
Sounds
wrap
good.
that, and then you got the taco with the ranch sauce, and oh my god, so good, dude.
Oh,
So those are the 2 things I get the most. Those are what I would suggest. That's my order. And then just a bunch of other stuff. I don't want to go through the list because then it's the whole menu.
Gino's top 50 items from Taco Bell. That's a video idea in itself, Gino. Take that one.
Yeah.
Make that a thing.
Dude, every time I go to Taco Bell, I spend like $20, and I'm like, that's not great. It's so much money. Okay, so Final Fantasy 14 number 1, Taco Bell number 2. Then we have Anime, Valorant, and Ducks. Okay. So
You're gonna flip one of me and McKenna, so choose wisely.
tread carefully, Gino.
okay, so I do want to mention because I'll be honest here, what I wanted to say about ducks. I've eaten duck before, McKenna. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, duck is great. Yeah.
And it's really good. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Like, you didn't need to mention that.
I did it, but I just got to put it all out
It's the
there.
guilt,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? It's the guilt.
I get it, Gino. Duck is great.
Barely.
Duck is fantastic.
Yeah, I need this to be fairly ranked, so I need to put it all out there. With that being said, next would be anime. So I would like to put Final Fantasy 14 number 1, Taco Bell number 2, anime number 3. I guess I'm gonna put ducks at number 4.
Not
'cause
last.
it tastes good, and McKenna owns ducks. What's your ducks' names?
Grapes and Ricky.
Grapes and Ricky. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ducks number 4.
What was the duck's name that you ate, Gene?
What's ducks' names? Blueberries and Ricardo.
No, that's the slides he had with them.
So ducks number 4, and then Valorant number 5. I've never heard of Valorant, so I don't.
That's a good list.
It's just a knockoff Counter Strike. Come at me,
I'm
haters.
just kidding. I've played Valorant multiple times.
Fucking hell. Do you know what's your go-to anime? What would you recommend people?
Right now, My Hero Academia is what I would recommend everybody that I guess, but the one anime that I would recommend. So I fell off of anime for a few years, and then I got back into it when I watched Sword Art Online, and that's an anime that I would recommend anybody that doesn't watch anime watches, because I feel like it gets you into it. It's a very beginner-friendly anime. I think so.
You and Craig seem so much more similar every day I speak to you, Gino.
Oh, do
Because like Final Fantasy 14, Sword Art Online now.
So yeah, those are the ones that I would recommend.
as well. I'm joking.
I've been on super sassy content, you know. It's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Age hates both of us. So.
Yeah.
Before we go to our next community question, you've done like fun videos and whatnot, but I've also seen that you're involved with something called the Whatnots. What's all that about?
Yes, that's funny how you said and whatnot. The whatnots. Yeah. Did you mean to that? You mean to that?
No, I'm
No?
not that intelligent. I'm like a shit version of you, Gino. That's what you need to know right now. I also play Final Fantasy 14. I've had Taco Bell. I watch anime. I haven't had duck yet, you know, and fuck Valorant.
You're the cool. Okay, yeah. So the Whatnots. The Whatnots is a podcast that they do multiple shows. They do a show called The Captain's Log, which is like a regular podcast just to hang out. They do the review show where they're reviewing Falcon and Winter Soldier now. I have not watched it, so I'm not on that. I refuse to.
What?
And
Why? Why?
No, I'm just kidding. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
And I can't have the show. And what else? They have the Reactor Core where they react to things, whatever pop culture stuff that's happening, and Crossplay. Crossplay is what they got me on for. I am a host for Crossplay. Crossplay is the video game news podcast that we do every week. And I am co-hosted with Kyle Springer at Yo Kyle Springer, Ignacio Rojas at Ignacio Rojas B, and Alan Busby at I forgot Alan's app. Azure PKK or something like that. I don't know. But
Ignacio, because I only know Ignacio from like kind of funny content and how he's kind of like the villain sometimes in the chat. Is he like that on crossplay, or is he just totally
no?
no?
Ignacio's the villain. Ignacio's the villain in the freaking crossplay. And Ignacio's great, but he definitely likes to play the villain all the time. Which is great. I mean, I love villains. Villains are the best. But yeah, they're all awesome, and I love talking with people about games every single week. And I do that over there, and we actually have I guess by the time you guys see this, we have an MC Fixer on our latest episode of Cross. So that'll be cool. But yeah, the Whatnots have been there for like 6-7 months right now, and we're doing a lot of things over there. It's really fun. I like hanging out with them. Great people.
Where do you want to sort of take that podcast? Is it like a big overarching goal, or are you just happy to just hang out with your friends and talk about video games every week?
So when I start stuff, I always want to start stuff to put myself out there in a way that is, I do this for fun, and I enjoy doing it. And that's one of the main things I do it for, but I also do it because I want people to see what we're doing, how we're doing it, and all that stuff. So when I joined, I immediately told Kyle, "Hey man, like I wanna get guests on here that people know. I want to do all this," and then that's how I got Michael Hyam from GameSpot. I got an interview with him to talk about Final Fantasy XIV. That guy he can talk about it all day as I can. And that was one of the coolest guests we've had on there. It was so freaking awesome.
I think I was in for you for a little while as well, wasn't it?
It was, because it was so awesome to have someone, that's in like the forefront of all of this and talking about Final Fantasy XIV. Like people know he's interviewed the developers and all that stuff. So
has he interviewed Soken yet? The guy that does some of the music, because that guy's incredible.
I don't know if he's gotten Soken yet, but I know he interviews Yoshida. Is it Yoshi? Yeah, Yoshida, and all that stuff. So it was awesome to talk with that on there. But yeah, the goal is to put ourselves out there and be a podcast that people want to listen to and people enjoy hearing what our thoughts and opinions are and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Before we move to Ben's usual question he asks every guest that we have, where can they find the Whatnots?
You can find the Whatnots at on YouTube at the Whatnots. It's WHATNAUTS. And they're also the Whatnots, all one word, on Twitter. And they post everything you can find on there. Yeah.
Ben, what is that one question we ask every guest?
Look, before we go to that, I've got another burning question, if that's all right, that I've got to ask Gino.
Do it.
I mean, obviously, I know you, Gino, is obviously the funny guy on Twitter for a very long time, and I've got to ask, what's happening in the profile picture? Like, I love it so much; it's the best. But what? Can you paint us a picture as to what's happening in this profile picture?
Okay, so actually, I just changed my Discord picture to that right now.
That was your Twitter one, though, right? For a while.
It is my Twitter one, right? It still is my Twitter one, but I just changed my Discord one to that. So that was a video that I made because over here in Georgia, before you guys know all about the elections, that was a worldwide thing that people were talking about.
Yeah,
that was something.
So over here in Georgia, we had like commercials for the elections in Georgia for the governor, or not the governor, for Congress, and it was a commercial every 30 seconds wherever you were watching. So I did a dumb video where I'm talking. I forget what I'm asking in the video, and I'm just looking at the camera like that. And in the middle of my video that I posted on Twitter, a commercial for that thing pops up, and then it just comes back to me, and I finish asking that question. I forgot what I was asking. I think I was asking something about something poop related. I think I'm pretty sure I was asking. But
of course.
So and yeah, I guess I just made that face in the middle of the video, and I was like, that's a pretty cool face, and then I made it my profile picture. Yeah.
So is the Twitch one with the pizza going to change as well now? Is the pizza one going?
There's a pizza. What?
I think it's a pizza. There's you eating something as your Twitch profile picture.
Yeah.
That was like, have you forgotten already?
My Twitch profile. Yeah, that's on. Well, you asked about the Twitter one, right?
Sorry,
Ben?
my mistake. Yeah.
Okay, just confused. Okay, yeah, the Twitch one. That's me in New York, but like 3-4 years ago or something. I was having some pizza, and I was like, and I took a selfie, and I was like, damn, my hair looks great here.
It was on point.
The face looks good.
Upload.
So yeah, it's very rare that I stop on a picture and I was like, I look pretty decent here. I want to share it. So that's why I make them my profile pictures.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. No, I love it, buddy. It's great. So for the big question I ask everyone, Greg Miller, you know of him, obviously you're Kind of Funny best friend, you know about Kind of Funny. Yeah. He is obviously everywhere at all times. He's on Twitter, he's doing interviews, he's just everywhere. So the question I ask everyone is, what is Greg Miller? And we've had answers from, different species to cloning to Android stuff. We've had I think just a variety of different things. So I'd love to know.
I think we had a hyperbolic time chamber just previously.
We do.
Okay. What is Greg Miller? Let me actually get him over here. I have him here with me. I'm just kidding.
And here he is now.
Greg Miller.
Share it's Greg Miller.
Greg Miller is an entity that is with us at all times, I would say. He lives inside all of us. He is in us at all times. And then let's say, okay, what year is it? 2021. The year 2079, Greg Miller is going to activate inside all of us, and we will all turn into him. We won't look like
the vaccines are for. That's what's happening at the moment.
You can't confirm or deny. Look at that.
They could be.
He just delivers them, dude. He can't confirm it.
When the guy I got my first shot, and when he injected me, he whispered into my ear, "G-Mill." I don't know what that means. But he did that, so I was like, "Whoa, what are you You mean
What
Greg
did you
Miller?
have for dinner that day? It wasn't chicken wings, was it?
So I was like, "Whoa, Greg Miller," and he was like, "Don't, you never heard that." And then he let me. So in
What
the year
is it, Hell Hydra? Just like
Yeah.
in the year 2079, we're all going to turn into Greg Miller, and we're going to, I don't know, workshop it with me, you guys. We're gonna go to the planet
shit.
Enoch from Outriders. Then we're gonna disconnect from there because we can't play it, and then we're all gonna go back to Earth, and then we're back in
we're just
2021.
stuck in space, constantly just floating.
Yeah.
Just like great.
That was a roller coaster, Gino. I like it. I like it. And from an official source, someone that's helping with getting the vaccine out there. So it's good.
Yeah.
He whispered into my ear. He said, "Gmail."
I'm so scared.
There's a little
Robin-
Greg Miller in all of us. Is that what you're saying?
There's little Greg Miller, not a little Greg. There's a huge Greg Miller. In all of us.
Oh no.
70% of us. All the water in us is Greg Miller.
What if that's why we're all podcasting? What if that's why we're all podcasting? It's starting to make sense now.
Yeah. It's Greg Miller slowly taking over.
It's like Simply Sassy was a ripoff of Kind of Funny. Is that why we ripped it off?
That's so true.
Whoa, we can't say. We can only say inherited. Remember, that's what Matt
Yeah.
told
Oh, sorry,
us.
inherited. Sorry.
Yeah.
I missed
One of my most recent tweets, I tweeted to Greg. I was like, "We all do this because of you," and I think that was him writing it through me. He wrote it through me.
Do you
Say
have a
that to
conspiracy
himself.
board with like red string connecting everything to Greg Miller?
I
in
should
life?
probably. I should have that. Yeah, I
This
should
needs
have
to be a
that.
video at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've thought about making a video like that of like life with Greg Miller. Because we all
Yeah.
have been touched by him in some way. I don't know.
No,
We can't.
no, we can't say that. No.
No. Affected. He's inside all of us. All right, guys.
Yeah.
He's inside all of us. He always will be. Always in front.
It might get a bit high budget with the Planet Enoch stuff, but otherwise, I think you got it on your hands.
Yeah. Pretty good movie, huh?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
You know, show me here. Where did he touch you?
I mean, I'm blinking.
Yeah.
Robin,
That's my-
I know we've got so many cool community questions. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a good time to go through.
We have one from friend of the show, Matt Batson. He wants to know, have you ever seen a gargoyle?
Have you ever? No, wait, I read that question. Did he mean ever or even? Because those are different questions.
Oh,
Have you-
even. Yeah, even.
No, but I feel like, Robin, he meant ever.
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
have
I
you
think so
ever
too.
seen a gargoyle is a regular question. Have you even seen a gargoyle is a threat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of them's a question, one of them's a threat. I don't know which one he meant, but let me answer both. Have you even seen a
Yeah.
gargoyle? How dare you? All right, that's the how I answer that. And number two, have you ever seen a gargoyle? Yes, I have, actually. Interesting story with gargoyles.
It's not like one of the Doctor Who ones, is it?
It's no, it's not the Doctor Who ones. Have you guys ever seen Gargoyle, the cartoon
Oh hell yeah.
I've heard of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I've heard of
with
it.
the purple one?
Oh, it's great.
So I had the purple toy from
Mm-hmm.
the Gargoyle cartoon or whatever when I was a young boy, and that's how I've seen a gargoyle.
Fantastic.
That's a
Well, thanks, Matt.
riveting story. Yeah. That's-
There you go.
yeah.
How dare he ask such a
Yeah.
threatening question?
I mean, no more evidence needed. That's all I need.
Yeah.
We have another question from Caesar Torres at Caesar Towers. What is something you miss about pre-quarantine life?
Oh, what is something I miss about pre-quarantine life? Ooh, so I guess I never went. A lot of people went remote with their jobs. I never went remote, so my life kind of didn't change so much. But I guess the one thing I'll say I miss the most is seeing my family. I guess I would say I don't get to see them as often as I used to. They live in Miami. I'm here in Atlanta. So it's like a 10-hour drive, like 2-hour flight. So I would visit them as often as I possibly could, but with work going crazy and all that stuff, I haven't, and not being able to fly and all that stuff, I haven't visited them or seen them as much as I could have. So I guess pre-quarantine, that's something I did more, and now I can't do it as much. Everything else, I don't really care.
And can I just sort of just ask, how are you feeling in general? Because it's been tough on everybody, I think, for the past year. And I've got a friend
Yeah.
who does a similar job to you, and it's just gotten busier and busier for him. Like, are you feeling
Mhm.
okay?
I mean, I feel guilty sometimes because I don't feel that bad. Like I'm holding up well. I feel bad for the people around me that got affected by it. Like my girlfriend, she would go to school every once in a while. She had school like 3 days a week, and then that all went online, and she got stuck home. She would barely leave the house. I mean, for weeks. So, and that affected her a lot. So it was tough being in that because I didn't understand, because I was leaving home every day. So I was like, "What? I wish I was home every day. Why are you being affected by it?" And then I guess slowly I started to understand that it would suck if I couldn't leave and I'm home every single day and all that stuff. So I mean, I'm doing well, and it's slowly getting better for everybody. Fortunately, a lot of people got affected by it. Luckily, nothing major has happened in my family, and I've, it's horrible what some people have gone through and stuff.
And I'm happy to hear you're doing well, dude. It's
Yeah.
good to hear that. It's really good to hear that.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, I'm good. What was the question?
Did you have a question, McKenna?
I do.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
I
You do.
Let me hold on. There it is. Okay. Love that song. What was it like going to the Wild Aces games and being a part of the Wild Aces News Network?
Going to the Wild Aces games. So I wasn't really and still I'm not really a huge fan of football and all that stuff. But when I went over there, it is so much more hype than you could imagine when you're just watching it online. Because you're hearing the players talk so much crap to each other. They're screaming at each other. They're cheering each other on. They're yelling. They're hurling insults at each other left and right. And that part of it is so cool because the stadium was empty, so we would hear every single thing they said. And it was funny because one time me and Matt were there, and we just heard someone talking on the phone. Like they were talking on the phone normally to their person or whatever, and we heard every single word of it. But it was so cool being there and experiencing all that. And then even though nobody else was there, I sort of felt, from the community, like everyone's excitement and joy and all the crazy stuff that was going on. It was so cool. And that's being part of Wild Aces News Network. It was so incredible doing that with them and just getting to hang out with Matt and Ashley and then everyone else that came. A freaking snowbike Mike came one week, and then I was like, wait, that was he's the first kind of funny, I guess, personality or crew or whatever that I met in person. I hadn't met any of them before that, so it was so cool meeting him. But not only just meeting him, but just hanging out with him there, and I still, if you guys see my pinned video on Twitter, that video with Quavo with Mike.
What was like in the owner's box with?
Oh my god, dude, McKenna, I still don't believe it. I can't believe that happened. I don't believe it did, but it did, and that's why I have that video there to remind me every single day that this did happen. It was crazy. Like, who would have thought that we'd have like some of the Migos yelling and showing the middle finger to my camera to Greg Miller? Like what the heck? And yeah, just being a part of that and and trying to make these videos every single weekend so people could enjoy them and laugh and because we were just having fun with them.
It's
Like at
probably
the
a bit of a change from the first. Was it the first week where when we were talking to Matt about it? He's like, we thought the entire time that we were going to get kicked out, like,
yeah,
and then to the end of the season where you're like in the owner's box, like cheering on the Aces.
Exactly.
That must have been so cool, dude.
yeah, we sort of became one of the FCF people at that point, and it was so cool. Like at the last video, the championship video that we had Snowbike Mike in and everything. That last little clip with me and Matt, we laugh at the end, and then we would usually cut out those laughs as bloopers, but we were just like, let's leave it so people can just see that we're just having fun. We're just playing around. And yeah, it was just dumb fun videos that we make, and hopefully we can do more for the next season, make them even wilder.
It's so fun being on Discord, all of us being on Discord, and just like seeing you there. It's like, oh shit, it's Gino! Look at Gino!
It's Matt. It's Gino.
I love Matt's post game videos. They were so good.
Yeah. No, that was great. Shout out to
Just
Matt.
like sit on the fence and like thinking, should I go down into the pitch? Should I go down into the pitch? I don't know, maybe I'm not going to go down in the pitch.
Yeah.
Get up, it's just stairs there.
No, and in the end, we just went down into the field. It's like we just started cheering with everyone and all that stuff, and that was great.
How much money did you get, dude?
How much money? I got $3. I have them here still.
Hell yeah!
Actually, I didn't do Taco Bell yet.
I got a frame. I have to frame those $3 and a Wild Ace card that not Wild Ace card, but it was just a card with the ace on it that Snowbike Mike gave to me. So I was like, that's freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
Memorabilia from him. Yeah. So it was great being a part of it. What's up next, my friends?
We got one bad girl, Nikki, who says, and I think is she on your stream sometimes? She looks familiar.
She's my best friend. So yeah, she's
awesome.
You'll see her often. Yeah, on
So,
streams or
just bear in mind, two of us at the very least stream here. She asks, "Who's your favorite streamer?"
I have
Gino?
one, and I want to talk about it. I have. It's not gonna be you guys. I'm sorry. Just preemptive. Just say it. She asked that because she knew who I was gonna say. Not her. She streams as well. Not her. It's actually this streamer named Castaclysm that I watch every once in a while, or I try to catch every single one of her streams because she's in a stream every single day. That's sort of what I like about her streams, that she streams like 3 or 4 days a week, and they're only like 2 hours. They're not like 16-hour streams that I have to hang around every once in a while. So I get to see most of it, But I don't know. She's one of those streamers that as soon as I came into the chat, it felt like I was already a part of her community. And those are the kinds of communities that I want to be a part of. I don't. They don't block anybody out or anything. They welcome everyone as one of their own, and obviously your community is a reflection of the streamer. So she's so welcoming. She's so great with everyone in chat, and she's just funny. I don't know. I just like watching her, and I'll always say she's my favorite streamer. That's why she asked that, freaking Nikki, because she knows that. Because every once in a while I'm like, hey, Cataclysm's playing this. Go watch her. And it's like I talk about it every once in a while, and I don't know if it's creepy sometimes, but I try not to be creepy. I don't want to come off as creepy. Please say I'm not creepy, guys. I don't know. I've got a friend, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he did the exact same thing, and then he ended up being called simp for 2 years. So, like, no, dude, nah.
Just be careful, Gino. Just be careful.
No, I don't like her. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So is it me or Ben now? Like, choose. No, don't. I'm not ready for that heartbreak. Robin, get out here real quick. Is there another community question?
There is a community question from Gino. I don't know if you've heard of him.
He's all right. He's fine.
Says, hi, Gino. How's the podcast going? Is the Simply Sassy crew treating you well? What are your general thoughts so far? Also, what's your favorite chip?
Okay.
Should I ask that at the start of the show, Robin?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
First of all, great question, Gino. Thank you for asking that. Thank you for being a part of the community. How's it going so far?
Yeah, how's the
I guess
podcast going?
how's the podcast going? Oh, I thought he meant how's the day going. How's the podcast going? I think it's going pretty well. I don't know.
Well, answer whatever question you want.
From so far, how long has it been? It's been almost an hour. I think it's going pretty well. I'm having a nice time talking with you guys. And the second question was, how's the Simply Sassy crew treating you?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. When I joined the Discord, nobody said hi. So I don't know.
I was muted. I'm sorry.
No, I mean like when I joined the channel, like in general, like it says, you know how when someone joins the channel and they're like Gino Viteri flew in or whatever.
It's that thing of like, it's like Gino's joined the channel and you're like, whoa, like you have to take a step back. You have to really press. I still can't believe you're here on the screen in front of me.
So McKenna, I just got a message. McKenna said hi, Gino. So
when you join the audio chat, I had ACD. I had intro music going for you, you know, and I said hi.
Okay, Caesar just said hi. How does he? How did he do?
Listening?
What is going on?
He's like a fly on your wall, Gino. Like, just in case you said something bad about us, we've got someone planted in your house. Just ready to say hi at any moment.
I rescind the answer I was gonna say, and they're treating me pretty well, to be honest with you. Everyone's real nice and welcoming in here. Immediately made me feel like I was a part of this whole thing. So thank you so much, guys. Caesar, I don't know where you are, but thanks for saying hi. And the last question was, what's my favorite chip?
What are your general thoughts so far?
What are my general thoughts so far?
Yeah, I guess they mean about podcast, but I don't.
I feel like he maybe means about life in general. I don't know what he. That guy's weird, dude. I'm just gonna skip that question and I'll answer my favorite chip. My favorite chip. Oh well, I know. Is chips to you guys French fries or whatever? I don't know. In the UK,
I know what you mean. Just go.
Do you guys understand what I'm talking about?
Just talk about when we be done with it.
I don't know. I'm a stupid American. You know what I mean? I don't want to. No, I'm not talking.
Two very different reactions to the American. One's like celebrating it, the other one's just like fuck. No.
My favorite chip, or
we
what do you guys call it?
UK.
Crisp. That's my favorite crisp is I guess I would say Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips. Crisps actually.
Crisps.
You like those too, McKenna?
Those are really good. Yeah, I love those.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Yeah. So salt and vinegar chips. I like Cape Cod specifically because Lay's bunch of air on them. Like there's air in the bag, but I don't know how to explain it. There's also air on the chips, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're very airy. They're very airy. So you
They're
barely.
not Moorish at all. Like your Doritos, they're Moorish. Where you're like, okay, I'll have one more. The Lay's are just like,
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah,
don't need any more of this.
So I would choose Cape Cod as the salt and vinegar chip that I like, and every once in a while I would like to indulge in a nice flaming hot Cheeto. You know, nice flaming hot Cheeto every once in a while with some water. You know,
my friend Rahula, who he has to import Cheetos, and he's like, for a bag he has to pay like £11. It's like,
what the heck? Good lord.
Yeah, it's like a once in a while treat for him. It's like £11 for like. We used to have Cheetos. I don't know what happened to Cheetos.
Let me enjoy some Cheetos for dinner tonight.
Exactly.
Nice little treaty. Those are my. Thanks for that question, Gino. Very riveting questions.
Yeah, great question. You know, fantastic.
Thanks for everything you do.
Hopefully, you write some more in the future. That'd be great.
I don't know. I have to talk.
Who knows what its schedule's like? You know.
It'll be like game over Gino the next time he like tweets us. Like he would have the second dose at that point.
He's slowly becoming more and more Greg. It's coming out of him. Yeah. There you go. That was a great question. I know we have
two about Miami.
Yeah,
Two
we
about
have.
Miami.
Caesar wants to know, what do you miss most about Miami? And then Matt Batson wants to know, what do you miss most about Miami?
Two very different questions
Yeah.
that can be taken very differently.
Mhm.
That are both heartbreaking as well, and one of them is actually heartwarming. To be honest with you, very different questions. If you guys ready,
You need to get the order right on this
Yeah.
one, Gino.
So for Caesar, I guess for Caesar, what do I miss most about Miami? The sun. The sun. So as you guys can see, I'm a little gray in my skin. It looks like I'm dying, and that's because there's no sun here. There's no sun in Atlanta.
Where did it
See, I
go?
could open the blinds right here. Barely anything comes in. See what I mean?
It actually got
Barely
darker,
anything.
Gino. That's crazy.
Barely anything comes in. But if I'm in Miami, sun's hitting me real hard, and then I'm getting this nice golden color on my skin. I'm like, nice, look, I look great. I'm like power's going up. I'm level 50, and here I'm level 10. You know, so I miss the sun. Sun. That's what I'll say about for Caesar's answer, for Caesar's question. And then for Matt, what do I miss most about Miami? I guess I'll say the vibes. You know, the vibes. Obviously, I have family over there and all my childhood friends. So I feel like now that I've left Miami, I haven't done everything that I wanted to do there, you know? So when I eventually do go back, I want to take advantage of everything that I missed because I just love being there. It feels so much like home to me, and being somewhere else now makes it feel like so much more than home, you know? So I'll always love Miami. I'll always miss Miami, and no matter where I go in life.
Oh no, I was just gonna. Is it one of those things where you've been there for so long that you didn't really take advantage of what you've got around you? Because I know living in London, like I haven't done half the shit most people do when they come down to London. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
I'll be like, I'll do it one day. I'm here, you know. But I've
Yeah,
never thought like, no, I might move and not actually be able to do half the things I want to do.
Yeah, I would have friends that would go out all the time, and I'd be like, "Nah, I don't feel like going out." And then there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't experienced there that I would go to the beach a lot more too. I miss that. I miss going to the beach every so often. That was just like going to the beach is like a regular hangout in Miami, and doing that kind of stuff, all those vibes and all that kind of stuff.
Is it just like the Will Smith song and music video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. He describes Miami so perfectly well. Like that, if you never have a chance of going to Miami, just watch that video, and then you've lived in it.
Awesome.
There you
That's
go.
what I was hoping, you know?
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. So you're all Miamians if you've seen it. Good for from a Miamian himself. There you go. Will Smith. I've actually met Will Smith in Miami. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Who I did see in Miami actually was Adam Sandler, believe it or not.
Yes.
Adam Sandler I met in Miami. It was so cool because my brother, we were at the beach and my brother worked at a hotel on the beach. And he texted me, he was like, "Hey, come to the hotel. I want you to see somebody." And then we go to the front of the hotel, like across the street, and we're all just hanging out there. And he walks up to us and he's like, "Hey, look behind me. Look who's sitting there." And we look at this freaking Adam Sandler just eating breakfast. And it's like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then we didn't go up to him, but he knew we were looking at him. So when he left, he gave his little wave and he said hi and then he left. And it was awesome.
I like how he just sat down to have his breakfast. I was like, there's only one person in the lobby, and then by the time he's finished his breakfast, turned around, it's like you and your extended family are just there, like, oh, wait, who are these people?
There was like 10, 15 of us just there freaking out on the other side of the road. It was so great. Yeah, Adam Sandler. Shout out to Adam Sandler. Pretty nice guy.
Jack and Jill.
Robin. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say Jack and Jill making his favorite movie, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my most favorite movie ever is 50 First Dates. So
that is a great movie.
Adam
one
Sandler.
of the best movies. Yeah, that's a pillar for what a movie should be. It's a pillar.
Yeah.
Hoodie has given us a hell of a question. which looks very intimidating. So,
Yeah,
Robin,
it is.
what was Hoodie asking?
Oh shit. Hoodie peeks at the penny marbles. Good
Very
friend.
scary question.
If you could rewrite history, what happens to craft the present you want to live in?
Okay, there's 2 questions. So you want me to answer this one first? All right.
Yeah.
Man, when I read that and I was like, oh my god, I didn't want this. That's just crazy. Just too intense. Okay, let me. I guess for this one, what's something that I would rewrite history? I guess I would say, Columbus didn't get lost, and he never made it to America. I want to see what that.
Give him like a TomTom or some shit, just like turn left. Like,
so let's say F the colonizers, and let's see how the world would have been if he never made it to America, or what became
That's a
America.
good
I
answer.
guess
Yeah.
that would be crazy. I would want to see what it would be like then.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was ready to go with that. Who would have thought?
And who would have thought?
not me.
Not me. Not me.
Same brain.
Then Hoodie's next question is, what is one thing, because there's millions of ignorant things, that universally you would want to change ignorance on to reflect your ideology, and why? I'm
God,
reading it
so-
as he wrote it.
Yeah,
That's a question.
So this one I thought about, and I thought about it very seriously because it is something that I think about, and I don't know how to word it in the right way that I want to, but I guess I'll try my best.
Neither did Hoodie.
Okay. So
Robin, you're talking about his grandpa now. Like, where's this going, dude?
So I spoke with my girlfriend about it too, because I was like, should I talk about this, because I want to, and then she was like, yeah. She I guess she helped me try and word it in the best way I could. So I guess something that I would want to change ignorance on is, so I guess misogyny in a way, sexism. I feel like a lot of men don't realize when they're doing this kind of stuff. Even me, sometimes I don't realize when I'm being sexist or misogynistic, and it's something that I'm obviously aware of and try to be better for, and not ignorant on it. But there's definitely millions of men out there that are ignorant to the fact that women deal with the stuff that they deal with every single day.
And his example is like, what's the doctor's name? What is his name? Like, you assuming the doctor's male throw it. It's so like so small, but we don't realize day-to-day lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And stuff like like I had my girlfriend and friends and stuff like that. They can't run at night. I can. And it's like it's stuff like that maybe some people don't understand. Why can't you run at night? But it's because they live with this constant fear that someone's following them and someone can attack them and a man can attack them and stuff like that. So I feel like the ignorance on that kind of stuff, I would definitely erase and eradicate, so that way, because that just makes the world a better place, for
recently
everybody.
in the UK, we had a lady that was killed by a police officer late at night. It was, but then it took a few days for like the media to sort of reflect on it, and like I usually listen to the radio whilst I'm working, and just hearing all these different ladies being like, at night, if there's someone walking behind them, they get really paranoid because they just don't know who it is. And it's like, it would be helpful if men just, walk to one side and just walk past them, or like cross the road and work that way, because they just don't feel safe at night. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. Like when I, go to a gig or go to an event or like meet up with friends, like when I'm walking home, like I don't feel like I'm unsafe. But knowing that there's a lady like just in front of me who's constantly having to like leave one earphone out just to hear if there's someone behind her, and just her having to be hyper aware of everything it's really fucked up when you think about it. It's not something I ever thought about until like hearing people on the radio talk about it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that everyone, since they're a child, should learn, and we have this sort of stereotype that we learn that girls will be the princess and men will be the the night and stuff like that. And that shouldn't be a thing that kids should learn either. You know, it should be whatever you want to be. And there's a very good I want to bring it around to Dua Lipa, a very good Dua Lipa song called "Boys Will Be Boys." That if you listen to the lyrics, it really, if you want to, learn about it, it's a nice way to learn about how women feel, and her lyrics in that video are so good and so
It's a great song.
revealing with what.
Wait, you listen to stuff other than Billie Eilish? This is like a revelation to me, Rob.
Yeah. It all
I think
started with
Dua Lipa
Lipa, dude.
loves. I mean, Robin loves Dua Lipa, don't you, Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Dua
Oh,
Lipa.
it's fine because we haven't had like 1,000 photoshops from Robin yet about Dua Lipa, but I'm sure that's going to change after this episode.
Yeah.
But that's a very good song. "Boys Will Be Boys" by Dua Lipa. If you listen to it and you listen to the lyrics, it explains well what all that is, and I think everybody should listen to it. And it's fun. It's fun to listen to too. But yeah, I guess that's my answer. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I thought about.
It's a great answer.
When I read that answer. Yeah. Very serious.
Before we wrap up, I want to open it up to the floor, to Robin, to Ben, to Mac, if you've got anything you want to ask, any burning questions, or forever hold your peace. We'll have you back at some point, Gino. But
I have another question from Cesar Torres. He says to ask Gino, what is the best way to eat wings in a competition?
Best way to eat wings in competition without Matt.
Without Matt,
is the best way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. No, that is the best way. That is the best way. Without Matt. Because he's just going to pull out his phone and start recording.
Eat one.
And then he's going to eat one. And then I'm going to be eating as much as I can. And then he's just going to sit there and hang out and not enjoy them.
you're like a circus monkey then. That's what I'm getting from this.
But if you want to get real technical, if you want to eat the flats, the best way to do it is pull out the little skinny bone. Pull out the little skinny bone in the flats. Like pull it clean out and then suck it all up. Suck it all up. There you go.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That's the best way to eat those wings. Yeah, so you don't have to do the little over under, you know what I mean?
Trying to get it through.
Yeah. So you just pull out the skinny bone and then you eat it like a normal drumstick. There you go.
My life
Genius.
has changed.
That's so good. I feel like there's a YouTube video on how to eat a flat, and that's what I saw.
That's
how I
Gino.
I prefer
Chris.
Gino
So good. So good.
Oh, nice.
Gotta put one pin in an episode, you know, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the best way to eat a wing. Great question, Caesar. Thank you for asking such a riveting question.
If people want more food eating techniques, where can they find you, Gino?
Where can they find me? You can find me at Gordon Ramsay on Twitter. Gino on
fucking Gordon Ramsay vaccine where you just turn into Gordon Ramsay instead. Something went wrong.
I get a text from Gordon Ramsay every once in a while, and that guy is absolutely annoying. He's absolutely.
You're just saying, fuck off, you know? Like, oh, cheers, Gordon.
People might be confused when we actually title the episode Out of Our League with Gordon Ramsay, you know? There might be some confusion.
Yeah. I signed up for one of his like text things and groups, and he texts me every holiday. And I'm like, get out of here, dude.
God,
You don't
so you
even.
actually do get texts from Gordon.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. Yeah. The next time I do, or did I say stop? I don't know if I said stop, but if I do get one, I'll screenshot it. Then. But you can find me on Twitter at Gino_Viteri and on Twitch at Gino VII, which I just got a whole new logo too, thanks to Yo Kyle Springer over at the Whatnot's a great friend.
Oh, yeah,
great
you did.
designer.
Awesome.
Freaking awesome. Yeah, so that's.
Is there anything else you want to pimp out, by the way, whilst you're here?
I guess you guys could go check out the Whatnots. We do some great stuff over there, and they're all freaking awesome, and I love being on there with them. So it's the Whatnots on everything, on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, everything. There you go.
Gino, you've been a ruddy pleasure. Ben, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/pleasebeexcited. 1B instead of BE. You can find me there on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, just chucking some underscores in there. You can find me at the OU Pod. We've been recording some really cool stuff that you can check out over there. We just finished actually the first season of New Girl, episode by episode. We've got some movies coming up, some music, so check that out. But just want to say a huge thanks to Gino for coming on the show today. It's been awesome, buddy, and thanks again for Mac for running things. Please go and send Gage some love at the moment. Obviously, he works his butt off, and and good on him for taking a bit of a break today. So please send GF2Cool on Twitter some love. But that's where you can find me, twitch.tv/please be excited.
And the OU Pod is what, 6 subscribers away from 100. So let's hope
dude, we are so close. If you could, that'd be amazing. Because once we get to 100, we get that sweet custom URL. And we get merch. Erica's going to let us make some merch, which I'm very excited about.
Awesome.
We've also been joined by another amazing person, RoboGL. Where can they find you, buddy?
You can find me on twitter.com/therobingl. That's about it.
You know, Robin, I'm kind of pissed off at Hoodie because, like,
Why?
we've got some amazing questions for Gino this episode, and then when we've got mail, just nothing. Just nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking Hoodie.
Fuck you, Hoodie. Yeah. Too bad we cancelled that show. So.
And McKenna, thank you so much, like Ben said, for
you guys cancelled it, or it got cancelled? What's the difference? What happened?
I cancelled it. Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't get cancelled.
I got ahead of everyone else.
It got cancelled by Tim Getty.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Tim cancelled our show.
Cancelled everything on Kind of Funny. You know, now he's coming for our shows. You know.
Yeah. We'll be back when Hoodie gets back together. All right.
Yeah.
When he gives us some fucking decent questions, then we'll come back.
Pull your thumb out, Hoodie.
Whoa, poor Hoodie.
Thanks for coming on, Gino. It's been a great time.
Thanks for having me.
McKenna, sorry, where can people find you, McKenna?
You can find me on Twitter at PotterPants212, on Patch Notes at Patch Notes Vids, and upcoming podcast HBO Max, MAK''VS. It's coming out later this month.
Heck yeah.
And yeah, I don't want Hoodie to find out where I am, so I'm just going to end it there. He's been Gino, and he's been out of our league.